Year he. It's your girl Cassie King, and I'm coming to you live and in color. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you are notified every time your girl drop another video. If you are new here, what I like to do here is what I like to call the Bible Tea Party and or the verse of the day. So today is the day that the Lord has made. Let's rejoice and be glad in it. I'm so happy to be here with you guys because I know I have been gone a while, and also because y'all know how it go. The enemy be working. Okay, so I had a little bit of an issue with my equipment, and I also had a little bit of personal things that I had to take care of as well. The enemy just be working. He don't want me to do what I do. Now, if you are here and you see those captions down below, then you know that this is the Bible Tea Party. Okay, so that's going to be your clue on what kind of video you're going to be watching today. And I also do every now and again we do a celebrity trending topics where we kind of like kiki and hang out on specific days. Normally I try to get that done Wednesdays and Thursdays, but because we have been gone because I've been gone a while, I figured we'll go ahead and talk about some trending topics today as well, just to kind of get everything knocked out. But however, I won't be posting those videos until the weekend because I want to make sure that you guys are being able to see this beautiful face every single night. So the verse of the day will be posted this evening. Normally I try to do it the next day, but the verse of the day is going to be posted this evening, and then I might even come back tonight and do the verse of the day again so that you guys can have something for tomorrow evening as well, so that way I can give you guys some videos on a nightly basis like what you're used to. Okay. Now, today we're going to be talking about 1 Kings. But before we get into 1 Kings, I just want to let you guys know where we've been at so far. We have been reading 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel. We got through the whole book, okay? So please go binge watch those live streams because you're going to be able to catch up on the journey up until we get here. Now, if you are just trying to move forward and get into a specific king, then we're going to be getting into 1 Kings, which is going to be I'm going to give you guys the intro of that in this live stream so we can know what to expect. But if you guys are just like wanting to go and pick and choose who you guys want to review or watch and stuff like that, comment down below and let me know if there's a particular book that you guys want to host at the Bible Tea Party, so that way I can keep that in mind. Otherwise, we're just going to go book by book, or I'm just going to use my spidey sense and seeing what I want to read out, because this is the one and only Cassie King live stream where we read the Bible. Now, last video that we read, we were ending out of 2 Samuel chapter 24. And a number of things took place, but we were able to kind of see what happened with King David, because King David did form some things in his heart that was inappropriate. King David formed some things in his heart that was inappropriate in the eyes of the Lord. And so the HPGOD, he did have to discipline King David the best he, obviously in the best or worst way, which King David felt very, very sad about. So what had happened was King David went to going ahead and count his soldiers to see what it's going to be giving when he decides to travel into his next chapter and go to the heavens when he passes on, or what his legacy is going to be left behind to give on to his next son, etc. And it was given very much so King David was relying on men rather than God, and God is a very jealous God. And back in the day, that they didn't really have Jesus the way we got Jesus. So when Jesus got up on that cross, things got a little bit different, because we spoiled. We don't have to face that kind of wrath all the time. Some of us do, and sorry to y'all, but for the most part, the HPGOD, he did give us his son, so that we don't have to face these kind of situations. But what had happened was King David formed some things in his heart that the Lord wasn't rocking with, in terms of relying on his hundreds and hundreds of thousands of men and soldiers, and he was counting all his little soldiers, and it took months and months and months for them to count them manually. And King David formed some type of pride in his heart. He started to form some type of, kingship in his heart, to where it was given very much so he wanted to rely on man instead of God. And so he tried to repent about that, God forgive me for forming that in my heart, etc. However, the Lord let him know, I just want to let you know you finna get whooping for that. So, I don't know if there's any other parents in here who have experienced this before, but when it's time to discipline your child, you give them some parents do. I don't know about y'all, but how I was raised, sometimes my mom will let me know what kind of whooping you want. You want to get a whooping, or you want to be grounded? Which one you want? You want to take a whooping, or you want to be grounded for a week? Sometimes we get the privilege of choosing. And so, obviously majority of us, we want to go back outside. So we be like, oh, just whoop me. And then we get to go back outside. Or some people don't want to get a whooping. They want to just go ahead and take being grounded for a week. So, and I don't know about y'all, but I grow up in the house where we used to get spankings. My mama bend you over that knee and get the whack, whack, whack. Okay. Amen. So that's basically what had happened with King David and the HPGOD. God has said, he said, now, I'm going to give you a couple options. You won't get punished. I'm going to punish you. So which one you want to choose? Okay. So, King David, basically, he had got the ultimatum. God told him, he said, look, I'm going to let you know, this is what your options are. Okay. You could do X, Y, or Z. And make long story short, King David thought, oh, well, God will forgive me. He was giving that. He was, God know my heart. He'll forgive me, and all of this and all of that. And so he had the option to be chased by his enemies for a few months. He had the option to, what was the options? I can't remember. Give me 1 second. Oh, here we go. He gave him 3 options. He said, there are 3 ways I could punish you. You must choose one of them. Okay, so again, the Lord told King David, he said, look, I'm going to give you an option to choose. I'm going to punish you. You're going to get punished, or my wrath is upon thee. He said, look, now I can make the whole country starve, okay, for 3 years, or your enemies could chase you for 3 months, or you could have 3 days of a very bad, deadly disease. And so King David was like, well, the Lord will forgive me. So he said, I use like the Lord is kind. He forgives people. Child, the HPGOD sent that sickness on them people, and 70,000 Israelite men had passed away during that time of sickness that God had put that down on them people. It was called the plague, I believe. Anyway, King David was very upset about that, because King David, he more so liked to take punishment. He wanted, rather God had made him sick or something, but God know that, no, you ain't gonna take one for the team. The way that he was gonna discipline him was by hurting his people. And that really, really put King David in a very compromised position, because he loved his people very much. But make long story short, King David learned his lesson. He built God an altar, and so forth and so on. And so King David was yet again redeemed. But that got to show you God is a very jealous God. So that is what happened at the end of 2 Samuel chapter 24. So today's live stream, we're going to get into the intro of 1 Kings, where I'm going to give you guys some proper expectations. So if you guys want to move ahead, you can. But it's just going to be real cute and sweet. Today, I'm going to give you guys the intro on what to expect in 1 Kings, okay? So the book 1 Kings is a book about the Israelites. Obviously, the book of 1 Kings and 2 Kings tells us what happened after King David ruled Israel. Okay, so this is going to be after King David moves on into heaven. Okay, on King David. Now, I'm going to be real, and I say this at the end of every chapter, I know. But I'm not really looking forward to seeing King David go. I mean, I heard that Solomon was, a wise man and all of these things. And y'all know I'm a woman of faith, and I've actually have seen sermons and watched sermons, and went to church and learned a little bit about Solomon, who's going to be in the book of Kings. And he's one of the wisest men that ever lived. However, I am not ready to see King David go. I love me some King David. Now he's my top two because number one is Joshua. Yes, it is. But I'm not ready to see King David go. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Y'all hold my hand. Hold it. Hold my hand. Hold my hand, Lord. Hold my hand. Y'all know that? Y'all know that Negro spiritual. Y'all don't know it. Anyway, so Solomon, he becomes king after King David, passes on. Now, this is what this book is going to be about. He built the first temple in Jerusalem because you remember now, if y'all don't know, y'all need to go catch up. But King David tried to build God a temple. He tried to build God a house because King David was very blessed. And so King David was like, I'm about to hook God up. I'm about to make God a house. God gonna be proud of this. I'm gonna build a temple for the Lord. And the HPGOD said, thank you, but no thank you. I like to be in the field for real, which they used to have the covenant box with them during war. So God was like, no, when y'all at war and when y'all traveling stuff, you go ahead and take me with you. I'm outside right now. Take me outside. I don't need no house right now. So this chapter is where King Solomon is also going to build the Lord's temple, which we always love to be able to see how our ancestors honor God in that way, because those structures are very, 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 very beautiful and still standing to this day. Okay. Now, after Solomon passes away, Israel becomes two kingdoms. So we get to see them become two kingdoms. They expand. The kingdom in the south was called Judah. Its capital city was Jerusalem. Rehoboam, probably not saying that right, was the first king of Judah. So y'all help me pronounce some of these names. Y'all know I'm American, and some of these Hebrew names are hard for me to pronounce. I promise y'all I graduated school a couple times. I am not illiterate, but pray, pray for me. Now, the kingdom in the north was still called Israel, is the capital city of Samaria. Okay. Now, Jeroboam, I'm gonna call him Jeroboam. I think that's how you say his name. I'm not too sure. He becomes the king of Israel as well. Now, in 1 Kings chapter 12, there will be many other kings who rule over after these two kings. So those are going to be the main kings we're going to be talking about. If you guys want to go and do your due diligence tonight, that's going to be your homework if you guys want to kind of get ahead on that. So again, Jeroboam, Jeroboam, Jeroboam. I don't know how y'all say it. I'm sorry, Jeroboam. How y'all say that? I'm American. Okay. Rehoboam and Solomon. So those are going to be the kings, the main characters in this season coming up, which is going to be second 1 Kings. Now chapter 12, and you'll see that there are other kings that come into this chapter as well. So we're going to be seeing a number of many of our ancestors who are sitting in the throne with their crowns on. Okay, so if you feel insecure, you feel like your crown is a little tilted, then this chapter is going to be very encouraging for us. Okay. And then when the kings of Judah and Israel obeyed God, the people had peace. But sometimes the kings and the people did not obey God. They worshiped other gods instead, which this is a no-brainer. We already know the Israelites, they like to turn astray. They have their ups and downs where they pick up other cultures and they do what they see other people do instead of sticking to what the Lord said, and then the Lord, obviously. So this is like a pattern that I've learned the Israelites pick up on. So again, that's going to continue into this chapter as well, where they worship false gods, and then God has to get on them about that. Okay. So God sent a prophet to warn them, just like he did. His name was Elijah. So we are going to get to meet the prophet Elijah, the one that Jesus refers to a lot as well. And I'm really nervous to meet him because he has a very, very, very important reputation. He has a very, very sacred reputation. So I'm very excited to meet this ancestor in this chapter as well. So if you guys want to catch up on who Prophet Elijah is, he has a really good reputation. So obviously Samuel had a good reputation, but Elijah had a really great reputation because Elijah, he comes in his spirit is mirrored with John the Baptist. John the Baptist is Jesus's cousin who used to baptize people and prepare the way for Jesus before Jesus had went into the heavens. So it's like a whole lot. So I'm really excited to meet the original Elijah. And he did miracles that someone could only do with God's help. And he also told people that they must worship God as well. But he also did like Jesus like miracles. Okay. And that spirit was in John the Baptist, which I love. John the Baptist, he's one of my favorites in the New Testament. Okay. Honestly, I think he is my favorite in the New Testament outside of Jesus, obviously. So yes, guys, so that is what we're going to be expecting to read in 1 Kings. So I'm excited to get into that. I want you guys to get ahead on that and try to see what is given. That's a quick little intro on what to give. So 1 Kings chapter 1, David's son Adonijah tries to become king, which we already know it's a whole lot of, but the only way that you could become king of the Israelites or prophet for the Israelites is if the HPGOD appoints it himself. And I don't know why people be trying to have put powers into their own hands on how they want to handle that. Yes. You know, he used to eat them little peanuts. That's all, that was his main meal was peanuts and honey. I loved I said, let me stop calling them they like cashews. The locusts. They like cashews or something. Yeah, I got sent over there who mentioned that John the Baptist would primarily he fasted all the time. So he only ate honey and locusts, which is like a cashew peanut kind of snack. Um but I told the Lord, because look, y'all, I was like, not to get distracted, but I was like, shoot, I want to get a little bit more in shape and everything, tone up some of this lady lumps. And I said, shoot, Lord, let me give me a diet like John the Baptist. I bet he was real slim. But yes, if you guys want to know, because a lot of us, we read the New Testament and they quote Elijah a lot, but a lot of us don't be reading the Old Testament to know who Elijah is. And Elijah's spirit was in if I'm not mistaken, uh in John the Baptist. Now I could be moving ahead, but I believe that's the Elijah that we refer to. Let me double check. Like, hold on, because sometimes I move ahead and I don't be accurate. I hate to question myself, but just to be sure, because I don't want to confuse nobody. Mm-mm. Uh, uh-oh. Here we go. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that was right. I had to double check because I'm like, sometimes I move ahead, sometimes I get the Johns confused. But yes, so I'm really excited to meet Elijah. I really am. And if you guys already have an idea who Elijah is, and if you guys have experienced this chapter, please comment down below and engage and kind of like give some spoilers. Not too much, but give some spoilers because I'm really looking forward to getting into this chapter. But I just wanted to come and get you guys prepared for the Bible Tea Party and give you guys an idea of what we're going to be getting into now that we have ended out 2 Samuel, because y'all know I hate to see King David go, because I love me some King David. But at the end of the day, I'm really excited to meet Solomon, because Solomon actually and I don't want, and I'm speaking in Christian dialects, so y'all probably don't. If you're a neutral or non-believer, you probably might get confused about what I'm about to say. But King Solomon actually introduced me to Miss Wisdom. And she is by far the most beautiful experience that you could ever have, because you're just gonna love it there, especially if you are a person that like to go down rabbit trails. If you're one of those people that like to binge research, then Miss Wisdom is the best thing to stumble across when you are getting game from Solomon. Okay, so if you know, you know. Hopefully I made sense to somebody. I don't know how to, y'all know I'm still trying to learn how to help y'all learn. Shoot. But anyway, so that is going to be what we're going to be expecting for 1 Kings. Also too, guys, I want you guys to be very aware that some of majority of King Solomon's wise tales are in the book of Romans, I believe. So if you guys want to get some ism, there you have it. All right. So again, it's your girl Cassie King. Pay attention to that link down below so you can see where I'm at, when I'm at, wherever I'm at, and know that you are invited. If you want to make any donations, I want to thank you in advance. The link is down here below. You guys can see where I'm at. Head on over to TikTok if you have a short attention span. I post 30-second videos, so that way if you can't just sit for too long, then you can go ahead and get it to it. The Cash App link is down below if it's on your heart to donate. Also too, guys, most importantly, engage, stay prayed up, get armored up, and I will be back with you guys to get into 1 King so we can meet Solomon and Elijah. Those are the main ones I want to meet. Y'all comment down below and y'all tell me who y'all want to meet in this chapter as well. And hold my hand as we tell King David goodbye. It's your girl Cassie King, and I am out. Hugs, kisses, and love, and I'll see you